Hi guys, this is editorial analysis for 17th October 2016. Let's go to the first one. This is about the Kigali Agreement of Montreal Protocol. Kigali is in Rwanda. It says that India here it pressed for a more lenient deadline and it agreed to start to phase out hydrofluorocarbons in 2028, which is 4 years later than China, Brazil and African countries. And it agreed to achieve maximum reduction in HFCs by 2047, that is 2 years after the rest of them. India has also ordered manufacturers of HFC-23 to capture it and dispose it off at their own cost. HFC-23 has a staggeringly high contribution of global warming, and our use of fridge and AC is increasing by the day with rising incomes. Implementation of Montreal Protocol in India should align its goal with the Make in India scheme with green technologies in order to remain competitive. Inducting HFC alternatives like hydrocarbons, ammonia and carbon dioxide in relevant industries should begin soon. And implementation of Montreal Protocol should be based on the principle of common but differentiated responsibility, CBDR. We have already done what that is. Let's move on to the second editorial from the Hindu. This was a very long editorial, and the author here he points out 5 concerns in the terms of global warming. So there are 5 points that are his salient observations. I'm just going to enlist them. Firstly, he says that the 100 billion Green Climate Fund that was agreed to at the Paris treaty, it is showing little signs of progress. Secondly, the Earth's atmosphere has exceeded 400 parts per million of carbon dioxide, and 350 ppm is considered to be safe. Thirdly, we are getting close to an increase in average global temperatures by 1.5 degrees Celsius in 2030s and cross 2 degrees Celsius by 2050. Fourthly, INDCs, that is the commitment made by each individual country that will reduce this much amount of emission under the treaty, that is not enough to tackle this problem. And fifthly, although we are phasing out hydrofluorocarbons, but according to estimates, it will help us avoid only about 0.4% of the warming by 2100, because HFCs are only a small proportion of the greenhouse gases. Let's move on to the third editorial from the Indian Express. This says that NGOs, they are opposing the GM mustard because it contains 3 alien genes: Barnase, Barstar and Bar. BARNASE, Barnase, BARSTAR, Barstar and BAR bar. So GM mustard, it contains these 3 alien genes. So NGOs are opposing them because these genes will render them unsafe for human and animals. But the author he defends GM mustard and he criticizes the NGOs. He says these allegations are unfounded. GM mustard gives higher yields, it is disease resistant, and it gives out better oil quality. Plus, these 3 alien genes have already been deployed in canola, whose oil we import a lot in India. So firstly, that NGOs are not opposing the billions of worth of import of canola, but they are opposing indigenous cultivation of mustard. So that is one problematic point. And secondly, this GM mustard, it is resistant to herbicides. So NGOs are saying that it will reduce the employment of those people who are employed to weed out the weeds manually. But the author says, but farmers are not responsible for ensuring employment to everybody. So why should they be responsible to ensure the employment of these people who are employed to weed out the stuff? So that is on genetically modified stuff. Today there is one more important editorial on non-performing assets in the business line. I'm just going to do it in the next video that I'm going to upload right after this today only. It will be in addition to another very important editorial that was there in the Hindu on 10th October. That day I had said that I'll do it some other day. So I'm going to club these two on NPAs and do it separately in one different video. So that's it for today, 17th October 2016. Thank you.